Why men over 50 still look sloppy, even in nice clothes. You have decent clothes, maybe even good ones, a few solid shirts, a pair of dark jeans, a jacket you paid real money for, and yet, when you catch yourself in a mirror before heading out, something feels off. Not terrible, not embarrassing, just not quite right, not as sharp as you expected, not as put together as the effort deserved. That gap between what you own and how you actually look is what most men never figure out. And the reason is simple. Looking sharp is not about the clothes themselves. It is about the decisions layered on top of them. This channel is about classic menswear, timeless style, and practical advice for men who want to look better without overcomplicating things. Because at this stage, you do not need more pieces in the closet. You need fewer reasons for the outfit to fall apart. In this video, I am going to show you exactly why men over 50 still look sloppy even when wearing good clothes, and more importantly, how to fix each one without buying a single new item. Some of these will be obvious once you hear them, others you have probably never thought about, but all of them matter more than most men realize. The first place things go wrong is also the most common, and it has nothing to do with what you bought. It has everything to do with how it fits right now. Men change, bodies shift, shoulders broaden slightly, waistlines move, posture adjusts, and the clothes you bought 3 or 5 years ago, clothes that fit well at the time, may no longer follow your actual frame. But because they still button and close and go on without effort, most men keep wearing them without a second thought. Here is what that looks like in practice. The shirt that used to sit cleanly across the chest now pulls slightly near the buttons. The jacket that used to drape properly now feels a little stiff across the back. The trousers that once had a clean line now bunch at the thigh. None of these feel dramatic in the moment, but in a mirror or in a photograph, the effect is immediate. The outfit looks like it belongs to a slightly different version of you. The fix is not necessarily to go shopping. It is to look with fresh eyes. Pick up each main piece you wear regularly and assess it honestly against your body today, not the body you had when you bought it. Small tailoring adjustments, a taper here, a hem there, cost very little and change everything. A shirt that fits correctly signals intention. One that does not signals that you stopped paying attention. And once the fit problem is understood, the next issue becomes much easier to spot, because it shows up in the same outfit, in the same mirror. Proportion is the detail nobody talks about, but everybody notices. And this is where many well-dressed men quietly lose the plot. Proportion means that the relationship between your upper half and lower half makes visual sense, that the jacket length works with the trouser rise, that the shirt width matches the trouser cut, that nothing is fighting for visual dominance and nothing is disappearing into excess fabric. When proportion is right, the eye moves smoothly from top to bottom and the man looks composed. When proportion is wrong, the outfit feels heavy, unsettled, or simply off, even if every individual piece is fine on its own. The most common proportion mistake for men over 50 is wearing items that are too generous in volume together. A loosely cut shirt with a relaxed trouser and a boxy jacket. Each one might feel comfortable. Together, they erase the body entirely and leave only fabric. The result is a man who looks smaller, heavier, and less defined than he actually is. You do not need to go slim, you need to go clean. One piece with structure anchors the rest. A more tailored trouser balances a softer shirt. A fitted jacket pulls together a casual lower half. The principle is simple. Vary the structure, keep the proportions tight, and the outfit builds itself. Now, here is the part nobody talks about. Once the fit and proportion feel right, there is one more thing that can undo all of it instantly. And it is not the main pieces, it is everything else. Color coordination sounds like a fashion concept for people who care too much. In reality, it is one of the fastest ways to look like you dressed intentionally or like you just grabbed whatever was close to the door. And most men over 50 do not think about it because they assume dark trousers and a plain shirt always work together. They usually do, but always is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. The problem is not wearing color. The problem is wearing colors that compete without purpose or that flatten each other out. A faded olive shirt with mid-wash jeans and tan shoes, for example. None of those choices are wrong on paper, but together they occupy the same warm mid-tone space and create a look that is muddy rather than grounded. There is no anchor point, nothing leads the eye. The outfit exists but does not communicate. The simpler approach is to build around one clear anchor color per outfit: navy, charcoal, dark brown, or stone. Then let the second and third pieces support it rather than compete with it. Contrast in tone, not necessarily in brightness. A dark trouser with a lighter top, a rich shoe color that finishes the palette. This is not complicated, it just needs to be considered, even briefly, before you walk out. The better move is this. Before leaving the house, look at the three main color areas: top, bottom, shoes, and ask whether they feel like they belong in the same conversation. If one feels like it wandered in from a different outfit, swap it. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They look at each piece individually and think it is fine. But style is not individual pieces. It is the conversation between them. Once the colors are working, the next thing that quietly collapses the entire look is easier to overlook because it lives at the edges. Shoes, collar, cuffs, and the overall condition of what you are wearing. You can be wearing a well-fitted jacket, clean dark trousers, and a properly coordinated shirt. But if the shoes are thick, dirty, or wildly out of tone with everything else, that is where the eye lands. Shoes finish the silhouette or they betray it. A heavy, worn-out or mismatched pair pulls attention downward for all the wrong reasons. The same applies to the collar. A collar that curls, flattens, or sits asymmetrically near your face reads as careless, regardless of how expensive the shirt was. The collar is the detail closest to your face. It frames your neck, your jaw, and your overall posture. When it looks weak, the whole outfit feels tired. Cuffs matter too. Shirt sleeves that are too long, hiding past the jacket sleeve entirely, or too short, pulling back awkwardly when you move, both signal a fit issue that should have been caught long ago. The correct amount of shirt cuff showing below a jacket sleeve is small, roughly a centimeter, but it matters enough that tailors and well-dressed men have been paying attention to it for decades. And then there is the broader issue of condition. The slightly faded shirt you have had for 4 years. The jacket with a small pull in the fabric you keep meaning to fix. The shoes that need a clean and a polish but somehow never get one. Individually, each of these feels minor. Together they communicate that the man wearing them has let his standards slip. Not that he is poor, not that he is careless, just that the attention to detail has faded along with the fabric. The fix here is not expensive, it is editorial. Go through your most worn pieces and ask honestly which ones still look sharp and which ones are working against you. A well-maintained older jacket will always look better than a newer one that has been neglected. Condition is a choice, and it is one that most men underestimate. Now picture this. 2 men at the same dinner. Same age, same general build. The first is wearing a well-priced jacket, decent trousers, and a clean shirt. But the fit is slightly off, the shoes are thick and worn, the colors muddly overlap, and the collar has lost its shape. Nothing is wrong enough to point at. Everything is wrong enough to feel. The second man is wearing simpler pieces. Fewer of them, but they fit cleanly, they coordinate without effort, and every detail from collar to shoe is in its right place. He does not look like he tried harder, he looks like he paid attention. That is the shift. Not more clothes, not better brands, not younger cuts or trendier colors. Just fewer mistakes, better decisions, and the understanding that the details people do not consciously notice are the exact ones that shape how they feel about the man standing in front of them. If you still look slightly off in good clothes, here is the simple check before you leave the house. Does it fit your body today, not your body 3 years ago? Do the proportions between your top and bottom half create clean, balanced lines? Do the three main color areas support each other without competing? Are the finishing details, collar, cuffs, shoes, in the kind of condition that matches the effort of the rest of the outfit? If the answer to all four is yes, you will look sharp, not flashy, not like you are trying too hard, just like a man who knows exactly what he is doing. So here is what I want to know. Which of these is the one you still catch yourself getting wrong? The fit, the proportion, the color coordination, or the finishing details? Let me know in the comments. I read them, and I want to know where most men are struggling. If you appreciate straightforward, practical style advice for men over 50, go ahead and subscribe. That is what this channel is built for. In the next video, we are going into the shoes that quietly age an outfit and the simple upgrades that fix it without a big investment. That is one you will not want to miss.